Well, my wife may have hung in the witchcraft trial.
Need a reliable source of divine?
Pessoal es abajo.
Welcome to the Plunger Show, where we bring up your old This week on the Plunger Show, the story of a group of British schoolboys stranded on a deserted island after their plane was shot down by an enemy jet. Here's your host, Sally.
Tonight, my guest is one of those survivors. Come on out, Ralph. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
Can you tell us about the crash?
Yeah, no, it was great. It's the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life! Except for on the island, of course. But it was scary, okay?
What was the first thing that you did when you got to the island?
Well, my friend Piggy, who wore these thick glasses and would be considered to be a little bit big-boned, met up with me, and yeah, that's what we did when we first got there.
How did you two find the other survivors?
After a quick dip, because I like tobacco, I found a shell on the beach, and Piggy said that I should use it to call the others.
So after you all gather, I understand that you were voted as the leader?
Yeah, everybody voted, and I was elected, and the leader of the choir boys, Jack, well, everybody in the choir voted for him. He looked pretty upset about it, so being the gracious and humble person that I am, I made him the leader of the hunters.
So what happened next?
Well, I chose Simon and Jack to come with me and explore where we were to find out where we were. And come to find out we were on an island with no civilization.
So once you learned that there were no adults, what did you do next?
Well, we started to make plans. Some of us were going to make shelter, and the hunters were going to be in charge of the fire to, you know, get us off this island, you know, get a ship. And one of the little tiny kids said that he saw a monster on the island, but then quickly reassured everybody that there was no monster, of course.
So how did you start a fire with no supplies?
Well, some of the other kids ripped off Piggy's glasses, and yeah, they kind of just took it without asking.
So did the signal fire work then?
Psh, God, no. Jack and his choir boys were obsessed with hunting, and them being in charge of the fire, they kind of forgot about it while they were out hunting, and a ship sailed by as it was out, and, you know, it would have been nice if we were picked up then, but that didn't happen. Well, Pigs McGee wasn't very happy about that at all, and he started complaining to Jack about it, and Jack wasn't having any of that, so he smacked him, like, really hard, broke one of the lenses out on his glasses.
So did anyone do anything about that?
No. Everybody was too afraid of him to do anything.
Why didn't you do anything about it?
He had a crazy look in his eyes. I wasn't going to do anything about it either.
So you mentioned a monster earlier. What happened with that?
Well, I didn't think it was real or anything, but Jack convinced some of the other kids that there was a monster.
Hey everyone, if there was a beast on the island, what sure isn't, but if there was, track it down, stalk it for a while, find out where it sleeps, remember its routine, and when it's least expecting it, choke it with my bare hands. Any questions?
Then Jack, followed by the other kids, started ranting and chanting, ran off.
So who stayed with you?
Well, Simon and Piggy, and Piggy suggested that I blow the conch to make everybody come back, but I didn't think it would work.
So what happened for the rest of the night?
Well, we later learned that night that there was a dogfight between two enemy planes, and the pilot ejected from his jet and landed on the top of the mountain, and he was caught in the train and losing his chute flapping the wind.
So he was alive?
No, but the parachute caused a flapping noise in the wind and caused a rather menacing shadow, which caused the twins to their pants and come running into the camp and screaming about a monster.
But it wasn't a monster, it was a dead man?
Yeah, we had to clean up the whole mess, and then Jack sent out a party to go hunt it down.
So how did that go?
We searched all night and into the next day, and that afternoon Jack found something very interesting.
What exactly did he find?
Pig feces. He found pig feces. And then the hunt was on. We started tracking it for a bit, right? And then we caught up to it, and I threw a spear at it, glanced off, but yeah, got away, but it was intense.
So did you ever go to check where the twins thought they saw this monster?
Yeah, Jack, Roger, and I climbed the mountain where the twins saw the monster, and Roger and I stayed behind as Jack went up. And he came running down, scared, dirty loincloth. And then we had to climb, Roger and I, and then, yeah, we had to clean ours too.
So, how did the other boys feel about you finding what you thought to be a monster?
Piggy was flabbergasted by our claims. Jack took the conch and told everybody to gather around. After Jack had everyone gathered, he said that the monster was real, and he wanted to vote me out of being the leader because I was being a nanny about it, in his words. But nobody voted against me, and he stormed off crying like a little baby. He was pretty salty. And being a typical sore loser.
So, what you're telling me is the group separated?
Yes, but I think most of the kids were too afraid to leave right away, but later that night they left.
So, am I correct that they killed a pig later on that night?
Yes, they cut off the head of the pig and put it on a stick and put it in a clearing in the forest. And then Jack and his tribe came whooping and hollering into our camp on the beach and stole some of my favorite sticks from our fire. You know, like the kind that are torches, one end burning, the other not, you know, my favorite. Pretty broken up about it.
So what you're telling me is they robbed you and then left?
Yeah. Jack informed us of their feast and said we were welcome to join if we wanted.
We have a bit of a surprise for you tonight.
What?
We have Jack here. Come on out, Jack.
Hey, old pal. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, that was nice. Not seeing you for a while. Why the do you look so young?
I drank the blood of my enemies, that's why.
So, what happened next?
Well, we were all pretty hungry and we really didn't have any other choice but to go to his feast. But something awful happened while we were there. Simon had left into the jungle and we hadn't seen him for a while. And then he started running down the beach in the middle of the night towards the camp.
So, what was this awful thing that happened?
Well, this fine man saw Simon running up on the beach and yelled, "He's coming right at us! Kill it!" Because he thought it was the beast, right? And that's what his group did. Stabbed it brutally with their spears and teeth.
I wasn't taking any chances, and I believe I did the right thing, defending the group.
Well, that's very disturbing.
Yeah, it is. And this guy decided to raid our camp again and beat the crap out of me and some of my other friends. And Piggy knew why. It was because they wanted his glasses.
They stole his glasses?
Yeah, he couldn't even see. He got really annoying after that. All because they couldn't ask for source of fire.
That's awful. Jack, why didn't you just ask?
Well, I didn't need to ask.
He couldn't even see.
He was basically blind. He was good for nothing except for being really annoying.
I'm sorry to hear that. So what did you do next?
Well, we decided the next day to take the and go up to Castle Rock, where we would try to get the glasses back. And the guards started throwing rocks at us and told us to go away. So I blew the and then Jack rolled up with all his crew, and I asked for the glasses back, and he told me to leave.
Take Sam there and tie her up.
What the rock is
I have the Koch. I have the
vintage rock.
So, Jack, you killed Piggy then?
Well, I didn't kill him. Roger did.
But if he hadn't, then you would have?
I mean, yeah, probably. Who's asking?
I am.
Oh.
You didn't do anything to save him?
I couldn't do anything. I was the only one left.
So, what exactly did you do?
I made like a baby and headed out of there. And then I hid in the thickest part of the woods. But later that night, I went back to Castle Rock.
Here's some food. That's all we can do for you.
Hey, guys, come with me.
We can't. Jack is sending the entire tribe to kill you.
Okay, well, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, that's how you knew.
Yeah, it was.
I should have killed you that night.
Excuse me, miss, can you hold this?
While I own it.
Security!
Hey, ladies!
So, what happened next?
Fuck you, you old b****.
Ah! Go!
Can you guys act like adults now?
I guess.
So, what happened next?
Well, I went into the thickest part of the forest and slept for the night.
That must have been terrifying.
It was. And when I woke up, I heard Jack and his guys coming for me. And a few of his boys were coming in the thicket to where I was, but I was able to fend them off and run past them until I made it to the beach, where I dropped down and looked up.
What did you see? Was it Jesus?
Jesus Christ, no. It was a naval officer.
Wow, that was an incredible story. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And I wish you the best. Have a great night, and always remember to flush twice. This week's episode was brought to you by TurboLax and Pete's Plumbing.